Welcome to our short overview of what the City of San Jose had to say about our BOSS 811 solution. The following excerpts are from a BOSS 811 webinar by the City of San Jose, California. Brett Urkel speaks on how they achieved compliance and saved millions with BOSS 811 One Call ticket management.
Good morning. My name is Brent Urkel. I work for the City of San Jose. I oversee the city's development and utilities inspection work groups, and I also oversee our utilities underground surface alert, mark, and locate crews. Today I'm going to talk about San Jose's one-call ticket management systems and how BOSS 811 helped position the City of San Jose to be more efficient and ensure compliance with the law. When the law was first introduced here in California, it was a voluntary law, and then in 1989, our underground service alert law became mandatory, and the City of San Jose joined our one-call, our one-ticket management center, USA North. And just a screenshot up here, this is our first ticket management system dating back to 1991. It's the thermal fax machine, just for a little historical memorabilia. In 1996, City of San Jose invested in technology and purchased computer-based ticket management software that resided on local PCs. And its database was searchable. It also sorted work into crews, and it provided for a repository for all our records, for all our locates. So we can go back 21 years and still pull up records on our locates. Now, when I took over supervision of the work group in 2007, this computer program was still operating, so it had been in existence for about 11 years, and it hadn't really gone unchanged. And when I first looked at this software, it looked pretty antiquated. It didn't really tell me a whole heck of a lot. But when I looked at the work getting done and there weren't any complaints coming in from my locate crew, I thought, what the heck? If it ain't broke, it don't fix it. So I kind of put the, looking at the technology and put it up on the shelf and focused on other things. And it wasn't until about 2010 when we got a new division manager, and he was asking us to let us know what's really driving our work, what sector of work is really causing an increase in services for our underground mark and locate crews. And I really wasn't able to give him any information because our old ticket management software really didn't provide anything other than those three functions I told you about earlier. So let's kind of look at kind of an overview of how BOSS 811 influences the previous process. In the first process, printing tickets, it's been deleted. Taking notes in the field and inputting in the database, those two processes have been modified into one because it's a mobile platform. That send an email to excavator, that process is now modified, and it's green, it's good, and it's an automated process, so it doesn't require any labor, so I don't have to be burdened that my locators didn't do something. All I got to do is close the ticket and sends out the information. And finally, when you go to file a ticket, there is no paper ticket to file, so that process has been deleted. So when you look at it, overall, when we were able to get BOSS 811 and create this new workflow process, we were able to save about 4 minutes per ticket for new tickets and remark tickets, which is pretty significant, as well as there's other features that are of value because it's a mobile platform, but I won't get into that. The only thing is, once we receive it in BOSS, auto processes and auto closes the ticket because there really was no work required in the field. And so this is one thing my locators really love, because on a day when I'm getting 300 tickets in the morning and 40% of my work volume is no remarks, I'm having to spend a good 2 hours of time in the morning to try to just clean up my database. So big time savings with BOSS 811. So just to kind of go over those the user experience, it decreases labor and it decreases costs. It increases compliance with the law, and it also increases morale. I have locators that range in age of 20 to 50 years old, and some of them are a little finicky, and I was a little bit concerned at how they would take this change. And it was such a benefit and such a value that the whole team fully embraced it. So a big morale increase. Getting on to management experience, this is when you kind of take a general product, and I think you're able to customize it and then specifically collect data that's meaningful for your organization. Vishu kind of went over this custom entry screen. This is a really big deal for us because ultimately we need to know about what's going on in relation to our tickets. We don't just need to know that the work's getting done. So because we're able to create this custom entry screen within BOSS, I'm able to track my funding sources, I'm able to track time. And then one of the added values is I'm now getting uniform documentation. Back on our old ticket management system, the locators would have to type in their notes into it. And so if you have, if you're marking out loops and you got 8 people taking notes on that, you're going to have 8 different definitions of what that work looks like. So the fact that I'm able to provide these drop-down boxes and these toggle boxes, it allows for the locators to uniformly document how they're doing the work in the field. And then for new locators, it provides them a little bit of a tool about what to look out for when they're in the field. So this particular custom entry screen, it benefits both the user, but it also benefits the manager. And really, I put this in my category because it's been real helpful for me to get information that I need to shape other information. When we first demoed this product, this is the first kind of picture that I took a look at, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. This is some meaningful information coming back off these dashboards. If you compared my second ticket management system, the one after the thermal fax machine, and you looked at that, it was kind of looking like at a black hole. It didn't tell you anything. Immediately, when you look at BOSS811, you can tell what's going on. Where's the work volumes? What's happening? What kind of work is it? Is it emergency, normal, rush, etc.? You could also see, which of the locators got all the work. So if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screenshot of BOSS811, you can see there's a gentleman by the name of Joe Nunes. It looks like he's got the lion's share of the work. So when you go into the ticket management software and you see this, you can easily see that there's a work balance issue. And so you can rebalance and redistribute the work so that everybody in your work group has an effective amount of tickets to do and nobody's getting rushed on time, and there's parity in the work group. So again, a great tool, provides clear insight into the work and allows you to manage the work. So if you just look at the summary of it, again, I love that customizable data entry screen. I just as a side note, when we were talking with a couple other vendors said, yeah, we could do that, but it's going to cost you extra. And the nice thing about BOSS811 is it gives me all the tools built into the product. It gives me the flexibility to go into the product and adjust to what my needs are so I can collect the data that I need. So that it's real cool. And again, it helps me generate those customized reports to protect my work group. And it gives me clear insight into the work so I can, rebalance out work, make things fair for the locators. Data reliability. With our old ticket management software, I'd say at least once a month we'd have data reliability issues. The system would go down. It would go down for 2 to 4 hours, nothing major. Typically it was the vendor's server problem, and then sometimes it would be the city's equipment. Maybe it was our firewall or our local PCs that was having a problem. But nonetheless, we had issues. Ever since we've gone to BOSS, there has been no service delivery issues. And I kind of accredit this to the fact that it's a web-based SaaS, right? So nothing resides here on any of our local PCs. There's nothing for us to maintain. When something goes wrong, I call VSHU. I don't call my city IT or my Public Works IT, and let BOSS811 take care of it. Fortunately for us, there's been no service delivery issues. It's been an outstanding product so far, and really happy with it. System configuration, integration, performance, and functionality. BOSS811 is platform agnostic, so numerous web browsers will work with it. In our office, the folks are accessing it on their desktop PCs. When they go out into the field, they're using iPads, and sometimes they're coupling it with their personal cell phones, and so both Android and iOS is getting used in the cell environment as well. So real easy. Again, the configuration, it's super easy to configure right out of the box for what your needs are, and you're able to collect the data that you need, and with that custom entry screen. It's super easy to set up routing processes, including auto close features, so you can efficiently go through your work and really allow your locators the time to focus on quality locate time in the field instead of administrative of the database. One of the other nice things, VSHU really already touched on it, was going over those system maps. Our city really got out of the paper map business about 2 years ago. And this became a big problem because our locate staff with our old system would be taking these paper tickets and these paper maps and going out into the field, and ultimately there's updates to the maps, but nobody was printing the updates anymore because everybody else had gotten away from paper copies. So it was really nice when we were able to get in with BOSS, and they added this feature that it coincided with what our needs were. It was really a great thing. And then there's also cost savings when not having to produce printed maps. So just to kind of go over our big ticket cost savings, if you remember that new and remark workflow process, I said I saved about 4 minutes per ticket on that. Well, again, 60% of our work volume is new tickets and remark tickets. So if you take our peak year last year, 57,000 tickets times 60% of the work times 4 minutes, it shows you that I have a staff cost savings of about 2,300 hours. Just for auto processing, closing those no remarks, those extension of tickets, you can see I'm saving almost 500 staff hours of time. Now I'm able to do a comprehensive funding source reports instead of those periodic spot checks, and this saves me at least 144 hours of staff time, if not more. The system maps I was talking about, uploading those digital maps. For us to produce and print paper maps for our organization, it costs about $100,000 per year. That's not just the printing cost. It would require a technician to go in and cut the map up and do some things to get it ready for production. And again, the fact that we don't have to print these paper maps anymore means that we don't have to apply labor to something that isn't getting used, and we're able to have a cost savings with it. So the one thing I kind of wanted to look at just at this last moment was, I think a lot of times when we do our work, we get a little complacent in it. We're very comfortable. We understand what's going on. But sometimes if we don't really look at what new technology is coming along, how other people are doing their work, we might miss the opportunity to make meaningful improvements. Improvements like saving time, saving money, ensuring compliance. And so sometimes when we're comfortable in our processes, let's go ahead and evaluate it, see what's out there, see what can be better for your work organization, and see if it's a better fit. And so far, BOSS811 has been an absolute incredible fit. Just one last note before I turn it back over to Vishu. We had a little bit of difficulty going through our procurement of getting our new ticket management system, and so we have a pretty rigid procurement process here at the City of San Jose, and I got a procurement manager here, and he talks with the procurement manager over in purchasing, and my procurement manager, our purchasing folks, everybody that's dealt with BOSS has been just outfloored with how good of customer service they have. And they're actually adding in, describing, is this BOSS-like? So it's become a description term when they're talking about other vendors. Are these people BOSS-like? Because if they're not BOSS-like, maybe I just don't want to deal with them. And so I just want to say thank you, BOSS811, thank you.
To watch the full webinar recording, click the button below. To find out more about BOSS Solutions, visit our website at boss-solutions.com.